Well, hello everyone, and welcome to week 7 of the Family Run Club. I'm so excited. I cannot believe that we are in week 7. And I hope your training's been going really well, and I hope you're excited about that goal that we're going to reach. We only have one more week to go after this week. I want to talk this week about our running tip, and our running tip is the walk-run method. And that is what our training plan has been based on, the walk-run method. You've been jogging a certain amount of time and then walking a certain amount of time. And last week I talked about stringing those jogs together and cutting the walks out. Eventually you will feel like you are able to do that. Eventually you're going to feel like you are able to run an entire 3.1 miles without any walking. But I also shared that it is okay to walk, and it is. And that's what I want to talk about right now, the walk-run method. Jeff Galloway, if you Google him, you'll see, he has done a lot of research about the walk-run method, and it's actually not bad for us to do. So I just want you to know while you're training that you don't necessarily have to run or jog the entire way. It is okay to put those walks in. So that's my running tip for this week. I just want to share with you that it is okay to do this walk-run method. Eventually down the road, if you are able to do the running for an extended period of time, fantastic. But I also want you to know that it's okay to put some walks in there. So that's my running tip for this week. Next, our healthy eating tip. It's a fun one this week. It's about sometimes foods. And what I mean by that is, I've talked a lot about eating whole foods, about eating vegetables, about eating fruits, and about eating, having food with fiber, about eating whole grains. I've talked a lot about those types of foods. I have not talked a lot about having treats. I did mention it last week about having a frozen yogurt after training, but that's what I want to talk about. It's okay every now and then to have a treat. And that's what Ship likes to call sometime foods. That means it's okay to have them some of the time. So that's what my healthy eating tip is this week. You can't go through life without having a little bit of chocolate every now and then. So I just want to share with everyone, I'm not all about just always eating those whole healthy foods. It's okay to have a treat every now and then. So that's my healthy eating tip for this week, is having sometime foods, sometimes having that treat. Next, I want to talk about a community run location. Now, last week I talked about our Sunday runs, and those are in a different location each week. But I want to share with you, and I have mentioned it before in one of our other training, and I don't remember which week it was, but I talked about Veterans Park. And Veterans Park is a loop, and Veterans Park is located off of Ironbound Road. It's between Monticello Avenue and Ironbound Road. And we used to call it Kidsburg. I think people still call it that. There is a very big playground there. But there's a loop that is there that it's not quite a mile, but it's a great place to go run and train. So I wanted to share about Veterans Park. It's also a fun place if you have children, after you've done a few laps around Veterans Park, to go to the playground and play. That's another way of giving them a reward for the training that they've done. So I just wanted to put a plug in for Veterans Park. I think it's a great park. It's a great location to do some running on. So with that being said, we're going to go to our stretching and our warm-up. I do have a new stretch that I want to share with you this week, and it's called Around the World. I'm not sure why it's called that, but that's what this one's called. It's called Around the World. It's similar to last week's the bird stretch, but it's a little bit deeper, and I'm excited to share it with you. So I'm going to tilt my camera down, and I'm going to get on the floor. Now this one is a deep lunge. You're going to extend one leg back, and the other leg is going to be forward. So I'm in a very deep lunge here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my elbow and I'm going to reach it down to my ankle and stretch out. Then I'm going to raise my arm way back up. And this is a full body stretch. Reach down to my ankle, stretch all the way up. Reach down to my ankle, stretch all the way up. I'm going to switch legs so you can see it on the other side. Bringing this foot up to my hand. I'm going to reach down with my elbow to my ankle and stretch up. Elbow to ankle, stretch up. That is a great full body stretch. That is a great way to get yourself warmed up, ready to go outside, to start your jog. Remember, start slowly, and then you can pick up the pace. So you know what that means. The next slide will be our training plan for this week. So let's go run. Whew. I hope that run went well for everybody. I hope you felt fantastic. I hope you were able to jog slowly, then go to your walk and do a few cool down stretches. So I hope everyone had a great time. Which brings me to this week's running resolutions. And this week's running resolutions is super important. I want you to know, if you've been following this training, that you will be able to complete that distance of 3.1 miles. You may not have covered 3.1 miles by the end of this training, but when it comes time to complete that distance, you will be able to do it. And like I've talked all along, whether you're jogging the whole way or you're jogging with some walking, either way, you are going to be able to complete 3.1 miles and you're going to feel really good about it. Just trust me, if you're doing the training, it's going to pay off and you're going to be able to complete that distance. So that's my running resolutions for this week, and I hope everyone is enjoying the training. Next week, we're going to be talking about week 8. It should be a lot of fun. It's going to be our final video. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week of training, and I'll see you next week for week 8. Happy training, everyone!